We're going to have a big day tomorrow. Big day tomorrow. Everyone's going to be there. Everyone.
Who's on the wish list tomorrow, mate?
Well, the wish list, well, we already know one person who's on the wish list is actually here now. That's Allan Moffat.
Is the line true about they got you up off McPhillamys Park at Skyline and you said, where's the racetrack?
Very much so. It was such a nice view over the valley, and I'm saying, oh, look at that, that's nice. And I'm talking, I was genuinely saying, because before people had taken me up there on the Friday and even Thursday.
What year was this?
69.
Right.
GTHO. I put up with, where are you? Okay, open your mouth. Oh.
Frenchie.
My co-driver.
Bullshit, he was your driver. You were the co-driver. Ask Frenchie.
This is going to be a long afternoon.
I can't remember. Are you taping this?
Some of the best co-drivers that you'd ever get in Australian motor racing. I started off before 1969, but the best one I've ever had is Allan Moffat when we won the 3-hour race, I think it was, here at Sandown in a GT. It wasn't a HO then, it was a GT.
Fortunately, with that 69 GTHO, John French and I had good luck to win the 3-hour at Sandown before that. So we had some good feel about the car. And I don't know what everybody's talking about brakes for, or these big chickens, bloody GM that were asking for better brakes and stuff like that. We just drove whatever was presented to us. In 1969 and 1970 for the GTHO, along with the great and late Peter Brock, we both ran the whole race by ourselves. We didn't have a co-driver. The time limit was 6 hours and 42 minutes, and I was quite pleased with the fact that I was leading most of the time. But I just had one problem, which could have potentially cost me the race. I was getting a little bit tight in the crotch. Needed to relieve myself. Knew I had to do something, or it was going to be a very wet Sunday. Quietly down. I managed to took me about 3 laps to get my suit undone. And then, of course, there were other things that had to be removed. And I got into the pit lane and put my feet on the pedals, the clutch and the brake pedal, because I didn't want them to get wet when I had to relieve myself. This all sounds rather stupid or rather simple. In today's time it would, but these were the days when there was 2.5 minutes for the fuel to roll into the tank. So I had 2 minutes to relieve myself. And then about the 1.5 minute mark, a bloke has come up to the window with a camera and said, could you say a few words, please, with the camera going? I never squeezed Johnny that hard in my bloody life.
You haven't stopped since. Wasn't there?
Just remember one thing. I've but if you keep it up, I'm going to give you hell. Right?
1980, of course, my co-driver was having a bit of trouble with all the fans waving to him and hit a rock, so I didn't get a drive. 1981, he was kind enough to let me have him as a co-driver, and we won the race in 81. 1969, Evan. I went over the top, and there was everybody stopped, and I hit someone and someone hit me and I ended up upside down.
You were hit 3 times after you went upside down.
100 times.
Every year this race seems to produce its excitement, and then as they come down off the top of the mountain, Bill Brown's in tremendous trouble. He's right upside down, over he goes again. It comes to rest on his roof, and he's bringing the whole field to a halt. Tremendous trouble and traffic here, and John French apparently in an Alpha rolling too. 2 cars upside down, traffic held up everywhere, numbers of cars damaged, cars still hitting each other. Bill Brown still in the car actually. John French, at least Bill Stanley, backing his car up and letting Bartlett's Alpha through, but still the track almost completely blocked, and cars running into each other seemingly for minutes as they came up over the top of the mountain and started to run down to the bottom.
And do you know who was the first person to reach you? Do you remember?
Yeah, Dickie Johnson.
And how did Dick get to you?
He was rocking it over the fence with his wife Julie and my wife Mari, not Dick's mother, and
he was a spectator.
yes, and Dick put his head in the window and he said, "Are you all right, mate?" I said, "Yeah, can I get out yet?" He said, "Yeah, righto." So out I got.
So that was a great delight to win that race. And the next year was the start of the phase 3. And did that again. And it wasn't until the 3rd race where Brocky won his first on stop.
Well, Allan Moffat might be nursing home a crippled car, but is going to be the leader of a crushing victory to Ford in what has been the most competitive, the fastest and the most international race we've seen here at the Mount Panorama Circuit. He's going to have trouble braking here to let Moffat through again. Now he does. And
This
Moffat
moment
from the outside
remains the
will sweep
pinnacle
around
of Moffat's Bathurst career.
for victory in the 1977
Well, I
Hardy
think
Perodo 1000.
turning left onto the pit straight with Colin Bond alongside me in 77 was pretty hard to beat.
Everyone thought that Peter and I were at war with each other, or that we hated each other. I must say, for the many earlier years of my career, when I was only driving a Cortina or something like that, I didn't really have too much time to look at what Peter was doing. But when he won his first, and we both had him doing on our own, things changed. And ultimately, I ended up working for Peter, and I was a delight to do that.
Thanks, Alan. Thanks for telling us all that you achieved in Australia. John Smith, I want to talk to you about your...